So another standard algorithm that you need to be able to describe, exemplify, and implement at higher is a find min, find maximum. And I'm going to make a quick video on how we could implement one of those just now. So here I have set up an array with a bunch of random integers in there, and I want to retrieve from it the highest, and then we'll go ahead and make some subtle changes to then find the lowest value in this array. So the first thing we need to do is set up a variable to contain the resultant highest or lowest value. So I could just call this scores max. So we'll find the biggest value here. Scores max is going to be set to a value. We're not going to set it to 0. Instead, we are going to set it to be the first item in the array. So in scores, we're going to use index position 0, and it's going to place 49 into scores max. The reason for this is before we even go into a loop to loop through each of these items, the very first loop will be checking for the first item, so we may as well just assume that 49 is the highest, and then that means we can start looping from the second index position, which saves a saves an iteration, and it makes it just that ever so bit more efficient. So let's set up for I in range, and we're going to go from 1. We don't want to start from 0 because we've already assigned 0 to be scores max. So we may as well loop from the second index, and then obviously we want to go to the length of the array and stop once it reaches the end of the array. So for I in range 1 to the length of scores, we are going to simply ask if the scores max variable is less than, so we're looking for numbers bigger than 49 here, if it's less than scores I. So again, I is going to be used to iterate through our array. We're going to go through each index position, retrieve the value, compare it against the current scores max, and then if this is true, if scores max is less than whatever index position it's at, we need to update scores max to be the value at that position. So scores max now equals scores I. Then what we can do at the very end, let's just print scores max and see what we get out. Okay, let's give this a run. So there we get 84 printed. So if I look through here, I think 84 is our biggest value. If we go ahead and add in a couple more, so 76, 99, 103, and then we'll do 34, and we hit run again, it now prints out the highest value being 103. So in order to kind of change this to be, so that's a find max. The simplest way we can change this to be a find min is we should really change the variable names. So if you're using min or max as part of your variable names, go ahead and change them so they reflect exactly what it is they are searching for and storing. So at this point in time now, we're going to find the smallest value. And then all we have to do is flip this around to say if the smallest value, the current smallest value, is bigger than the next value in the array, then that must be the new smallest. And then again, we just set scores min to be the smallest. We go ahead, run this, we get 2. There's 2, and that's the smallest value in our array. So that's how you do a find max or find min function in Python. You have to do it this way for the SQA. You cannot just give Python, or you cannot use the built-in method of max and min. And obviously that, so if we do, I'll demonstrate it for you now here. If we do print min, open brackets, scores, pass that in, run that, we get 2 from our code that we set up here, and then we also get 2 from the function call to min there. Now, do not do this way. You will get 0 marks because the SQA for your assignment or in a written exam, they are looking for your ability to break it down into the logical steps of how we would sort through an array to find the smallest or biggest value. Okay, so just again, do not use min or max functions that are built into Python.